when this awareness is most badly needed. It is important that we plant at the right time of the year for each crop for optimum yield. A large variety of crops are grown to meet the requirement of the growing population. We can grow many different types of vegetable crops throughout the year. These crops are classified as early season crops, long season crops, and late season crops. So, these are some of the crops which are produced in a particular period of season. Now, let us understand the concept of vegetable crop rotation. Crop rotation is the practice of growing different crops rather than the same vegetable or member of the same family of vegetables in the same place each year. Crop rotation will benefit vegetable crops in two ways. First, it will prevent the buildup of soil-borne pest and disease. Second, it will allow for the replenishment and efficient use of soil nutrient. Crop rotation is a practice designed to minimize pest and disease, reduce chemical use, aid in building and maintaining healthy soil, and manage nutrient requirements, all which will maximize yield. The principles of crop rotations have been successful used for thousands of years in agriculture and are still being used. Crop rotation is just that, rotating crops so that no beds or plots see the same crop in successive seasons. Crop rotation moves different types of vegetables through the same garden bed over time. These are annual vegetables that go through their life cycle from seed to seed within 1 or 2 years. Now let us see why a crop rotation is important. The basic principles of crop rotation is to grow specific groups of vegetable on a different part of the vegetable plot each year. This will help to reduce a buildup of crop specific pest and disease problem, and it organize group of crops according to their cultivation needs. The goal of crop rotation are to help manage soil fertility and also to help avoid or reduce problems with soil-borne disease and some soil-dwelling insects such as corn rootworms. So basically it is important because it improves the soil structure and reduce the erosion. It increases the soil fertility, it helps to control the weeds, pest and disease, hence reduce the reliance on synthetic chemical. It produces different types of output, it reduces the risk. Crop rotation may also replace plugging the soil. Intercropping, stripe cropping and relay cropping brings many of the same advantage as rotation. Now let us see which vegetable is planted for which season. Planting in the proper season is the first step to a bountiful garden because a vegetable needs either warm or cool weather. Crop sorts themselves into two distinct categories: cool season for spring and fall and warm season for summer. Most vegetables are either cool season or warm season crops. Cool season vegetables grow best during the cooler temperature of spring or fall and can withstand some frost or freezing temperatures, particularly when the plants are young. Some cool season vegetables such as onion, peas and spinach are very hardy and can be planted as soon as the ground can be worked in the spring. This is usually late March or early April. Fall garden planting. Warm season vegetables such as cucumber, melon, squash, pepper and tomatoes are sensitive to cool temperature and will be killed by frost. They cannot be safely planted outdoors until the dangers of frost are past unless they are placed under hot capped tents or covers. Seeds of warm season crops germinate poorly in cool soil and may rot in wet soil if planted too early. Early varieties of sweet corn can usually be planted a couple of weeks ahead of other warm season vegetables since they are not quite as tender and seedlings are protected by the surrounding soil until they emerge from the ground. Now let us see some of the vegetables which are planted in cool season. These vegetables prefer cool growing temperature, that is 60 °F to 80 °F, and lost quality in hot weather. They are often replanted midsummer for fall harvest. Cool season vegetable consist of hardy vegetable and semi-hardy vegetable. Hardy vegetable crops are cabbage, onion, peas, radish, spinach and turnips. Hardy vegetables grow with daytime temperature as low as 40 °F and may survive a frosty nib. Hardy vegetable needs to be planted based on soil temperature. It should plant as soon as soil adequately dries in the spring. These crops may be planted as early as 2 to 4 weeks before the date of the average last spring frost. Warm season vegetable. Warm season vegetables require daytime temperatures about 60 °F. They prefer summer like weather with temperature between 70 °F and 95 °F. They are intolerant of frost and may be sensitive to cool spring winds. Under warm season Fahrenheit, we have tender vegetables and very tender vegetable. Tender vegetable crops are beans, celery, corns, cucumber and summer squash. Tender vegetable grows with daytime temperatures about 55 °F and are intolerant of frost. Very tender vegetable crops are lima beans, cantaloupes, eggplants, pepper, pumpkin, winter squash and so on. Very tender vegetables are not only intolerant of frost but also cool spring winds. They need daytime temperature about 60 °F and prefer temperature of 70 °F to 95 °F. A week of daytime temperature between 55 °F may stunt the crop. Now let us see the soil temperature measurement for vegetable. Soil temperature is one of the best method to determine the vegetable planting time. Soil temperature is simply the measurement of the warmth in the soil. Ideal soil temperature for planting most plants are 65 to 75 °F. Nighttime and daytime soil temperature are both important. Soil temperature is the factor that drives germinating, blooming, compositing and a variety of other processes. Learning how to check soil temperature will help the home gardener know when to start sowing seeds. Knowledge of what is soil temperature also helps define when to transplant and how to begin a composite bin. Determining current soil temperature is easy and will help you grow a more bountiful and beautiful garden. Most people don't know how to check soil temperature or what tools are used for taking accurate readings. Soil temperature thermometers are a common way to take the readings. These are special soil temperature gangs used by farmers and soil sample companies, but you can just use a soil thermometer. Perfect temperature for planting varies dependent upon the variety of vegetable. Planting before it is time can reduce wet set, stunt plant growth and prevent or reduce seed germination. Plants such as tomato, cucumber and snap peas benefits from soil at least 60 °F. Sweet corn, lima beans and some greens need 65 °F. Warmer temperature into the 70s are required for watermelon, pepper, squash and at the highest end okra, cantaloupes and sweet potato. So these are the different soil temperature measured for vegetables. In cool season it is being measured with 45 °F and in warm degree it is being measured with 55 °F. In very warm degree it is measured with 60 °F. That's all for today. Thank you.